earth flow. Basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court, just like I'm the king on the microphone. So it's Dr. J and Moses Malone.
The journey to March Madness has begun. We are in our 7th week in the Neighborhood Basketball League. The Pistons are still pitching a shutout. They are still 10-0. They had a tough weekend. They beat the Kings. They beat the Lakers. The Pistons, with 4 more regular season games to go, they have a legitimate chance of running the table. But I'm not here tonight to talk about the Pistons. I'm here tonight to drop some knowledge as only the Duster can do. Matter of fact, it's not even knowledge that I'm going to drop. I'm going to drop some history, some ATR/MNBL history. Around the Rim has been on for 17 seasons. It was created 17 seasons ago, back in 1992. And since then, I have had almost 180 shows. When you go to the website, atrlive.com, every show has the number in front of it. 170-something. As I said, almost 180 shows. The MNBL has been around for 24 years. ATR has been around for 17 years. During those 17 years, I've had Steve Wright up here every single season, week 3. The past couple of seasons, Tom Herter, the commissioner of the Al Lock Basketball League, the ALBL, locked into week 4. I've had city councilman Gary Christensen up here. I've had just about every coach that has come through the Malden Neighborhood Basketball League. Bradworth Benton, who's always representing, is up here twice a year. And I even had head coach of the Kings, Chris Rogers, here. And I had to pull and claw and scratch for multiple years to get Chris Rogers here. And the whole time Chris was dragging heels, he says, "What about Beany? What about Beany?" Go Ref Go was always like, "Nestor, when are you going to put Beany on the show?"
Nestor, I've been asking for it for years.
You've always been asking me. Waldo, who doesn't even talk, communicates via the camera shaking, but through the camera shaking, I can tell he's asking, "What about Beany Amos?" R.A., who really doesn't care either way, has asked about what about Beany Amos. Everybody has been asking, what about Beany Amos? Commissioner Ken Mazonson, Reverend Bernard Stroud, Paul Conrad, Cliff Williams, everybody's asking. Beany didn't want to come up here. I can't force Beany Amos to do something that he doesn't want to do. Maybe I had to trick him. Maybe I had to call him out and say, "What? Are your butt cheeks tightening up? You're famous for saying everyone else butt cheeks tighten up. Why don't you come to the show of ATR and let's just do this?" And again, he said no. So imagine my surprise when I got that email of Beany saying he wanted equal time. And I've been saying, you can have equal time anytime that you want. So enough of the Dudster rambling. I present to you tonight, first time, last time, only time, my guest tonight in the studios of ATR Live, head coach of the Lakers, Beany Amos. Go to that 2-shot, go, Ref, go. Really did it, Beany Amos. And Beany, why are you wearing those black gloves? My eczema is acting up. I'm flaking big time. Plus my digits are kind of sore. So if you don't mind, I'm not gonna shake your hand tonight. But you know what, Nest? I still love you, babe. I didn't know that you had eczema. I appreciate the fact that you're showing me some love. I don't know if eczema is contagious, but I appreciate the fact, and you know what? I don't have to shake your hand. I'm just glad that you are here. I'm glad to be here too, Nestor, but you know, Nestor, how the hell are you doing tonight? You know what, Beany? No one ever asked me how the hell I'm doing. I'm doing fine. Beany, how the hell are you doing tonight?
Nestor, I'm just doing splendid. Splendid!
Beany, I have to jump right into this. You may not like it, but I wouldn't be doing my journalistic duties if I didn't go right into this. You lost to the Pistons. The Pistons are still pitching a perfect season.
Can't you congratulate a brother on being second place for the first time? I mean, come on.
Okay, you're right. This is your show. It is my bad. Sorry I came off that way.
Nestor, the show has been here for 17 years. You just gave that big introduction. I haven't been up here in 17 years, and you're going to come at me like that? Well, if you want to wait until another 17 years for Beany Amos to come up here, I was going to tell you something, Nestor. I'm only playing with you, dog.
You know, Beany, you had me going there. I thought that you were actually going to lose control on the set of ATR right now. Big blow up.
Yes, I can honestly say that I don't lose control. But those boys on the Hawks?
Yeah, you know, those boys are excitable. Okay, Ness. The Lakers, you got me so nervous up here, I'm calling you Ness. The Lakers have been in second place for over 95% of the season. What I want you to share with me and the viewers in Malden, what's the differences between this year's Lakers team and last year's Lakers team?
Well, first of all, Nest, this year's team can hit layups. Last year, Nest, I had 4 returners, and 3 out of the 4 did nothing whatsoever to improve upon their game. This year's team, Nest, also has a better attitude. They want to learn. They are happy to learn. They are thirsty for that knowledge, and it's just a more enjoyable atmosphere. But that's the most impressive thing I can say about this year's team is that they want to learn.
You know, that's a good thing. As you may or may not know, Beany, the first show, the 1-hour season premiere of Around the Rim, myself and Bradworth Benton, who's always representing, we both picked the Lakers to face the Pistons in the big dance, and for one of the few times, both myself and Brad picked one team, and that one team were the boys in purple and gold to take the whole damn thing.
Unfortunately for us, the Pistons just wasn't feeling that. We played the Pistons twice, Nestor. The first time they beat us by 1 point. The second time this past weekend, as you know, they beat us by 9 points. The first time they shot over 43s. They hit 10 of them, and they were 1 point better than us. The first time, Beto and Bellin, they killed us. Those are the 2 men that killed us. The second time around this past weekend, Ricky Douglas, who's just new to the team, and Chuck Washington, they were the ones that beat us. That Pistons squad is a tough squad.
Well, you hear that? I hear that music. What that music signifies is that it is caught up in the MNB web, MNBL web. That's easy for me to say. What the MNBL web is about, to remind you guys out there, is that I have up until 3 minutes to ask my guest, in this case is head coach of the Lakers, Beany Amos, any question that I may want to. And it may or may not have to do with the Malden Neighborhood Basketball League. Yes, go Ref, go.
I hope you're not going to go easy on Beany.
There's no way I'm going to go easy on Beany. I'm not going to really tear him down, but I would not be doing my journalistic duties if I did not ask certain questions. It's been 17 years since he's come up here. It might be another 17 years, so I'm just going to have to get him now whilst the getting is good. And he can't leave because it's live television, and people in Malden will see how his butt cheeks had tightened up live, or is it lively, and leave. So I'm sure Coach Beany Amos won't bounce. But Beany, you and the good Reverend Bernard Stroud do not fight with each other on the sidelines anymore. Why is that?
Well, Nestor, we never really fought along the sidelines. I know what it looked like, but we never really fought. It was basically differences in the coaching philosophies. I coach these kids in the Malden Neighborhood Basketball League through my Uncle Bernard and my older cousin Milton Stroud. Again, it was different coaching philosophies, but over the years, he's got to see things more my way, and I've gotten to see things more his way. So that's why it appears that we do not argue or fight anymore.
Beany, your 1990 New Look Lakers only lost one game. They lost to the Hawks. They went on to the big dance to face the Hawks. They beat the Hawks. 1990 New Look Lakers hung your first banner with those boys. Most recently, 2005 season, they did the same thing. They lost one game. They finished in first place, just like their brothers from 15 seasons previous. Won the whole damn thing. Beany Amos, which team would win out of the 1990 New Look Lakers and the 2005 Lakers? One game for all the marbles. Pick me a winner. You gotta choose one.
Whoa, dog, I gotta pick one? If I have to pick one, I would have to go with the recent guys, the 2005. I think that the 1990 team, I think you would see Kenny Armstrong and Paul Keenan hit threes. I also think that you would see Jeremy Rocker and Steve Ward with the match, 3 for 3s. The 1990 team, Kenny Wilson will be protecting the paint, but the 2005 team, Brendan Berger, would certainly be having a block party. So I think the game will probably come down to Rashad Langston blowing by Gary Silver with 2 seconds left to win that game by 1 point.
Triple overtime between the New Lookers and the 2005. Beany, who is your favorite Laker of all time? You've been coaching for 23 years. You've had every Laker that has come through the program of the Malden Neighborhood Basketball League. Who is your favorite Laker? You have to pick one.
I have to pick one. Let's see. Damn. There's Vinnie Corielli, Giovanni Migliore, Dom Gannett, Eric DeSessa, Bernardo Stroud. I have to say that my favorite Laker is my very first pick, Chris Rogers.
Now, Beany, why is that?
Because Chris Rogers finally made good about 5 years ago on those Army men. Nestor, he dissed me when I was 5 and he was 3, and he wouldn't let me play with those Army men.
Beany Amos, you are officially out of the web. Back here in the studios of Malden Access Television, I am your host, the Dudster, Nestor Dudley, along with Beany Amos, head coach of the Lakers. Go Ref Go, I didn't show Beany Amos any leniency.
That's true, Nestor. I'm proud of you. Good job.
I would not be doing my journalistic duties. And plus, I know, and you probably know, and I know Waldo knows, that I don't think Beany Amos is going to come up here again.
I don't think it was that bad.
Beany, on your schedule, you still have both the Bullets and the Hawks left.
Yeah, the Hawks, they beat us down, and the Bullets, we beat them. The losing to the Hawks, that really hurt. And that was also the same day that both myself and my cousin Bernardo Stroud had to go up to Lowell after the game and bury our beloved uncle's son. The Bullets, we beat the Bullets, Nest, but Steve Wright was not there. So both teams are a serious team. We cannot take any teams for lightly the rest of our remaining schedules. But most importantly, we have to be able to hit our free throws. I mean, damn, Nestor, they're free.
I hear you, they are free, but my main man, Waldo Wigglesworth, is telling me that it's that time again. So, Waldo, is it time for the roll-ins? Go, ref, go. RA, if you're ready, you can go into the roll-ins at any time. Then we can come back into the studios and wrap this up with Beany Amos. First week's game is the Kings and the Pistons, and Beto stroking all three of these. McMillan walking the tightrope. Hervé Charles cleans it up. Charles, ugly, launching. Ross finds the Giovanni. Beto, all three of these. Pistons defense playing dividends. Daniel Beto, Bell Daniel with the cleanup. Give and go to Hagos. And Teddy Francois with the shot of the decade. The next set, Bell and Daniel, three-point stroking. Kyle Rufo with the splendid shot. You know something? His pop can't do that. Francois off the plexi. Lodemus cleans it up. Lodemus hits the J-Man. J-Man. That's Lodemus cleaning it up. Hervé Charles, ugly stroking as the Pistons, 10-point better than the Kings, 69-59. Teddy Francois, high man for the Kings, 18 points. Danny Beto led all scores with 25 points as the Kings drop to 4-5 next game. Celtics Hawks. Young Hua to the cup. Kyle White with the runner. Kaneen self-cleaning. Young Hua with the deep double. After recess, Munyon with the tough shot. White has the turner. Young Hua getting his swerve on. Celtics victorious over the Hawks, 69-47. White, high man with the Hawks, 21 points. Abramovich et al. Scores with 22 points as the Celtics improve to 3-6. Hot drop. Next game, Sixers, Bullets. Aaron Samano doing work. Jerome Dean to the rack. Blake Coughlin strokes it deep, and I don't think it's reboundable. Provatola cleans it up. Andon touching the house. In the final frame, the Oliveria beyond the arc, where everything is three. Dean right down the middle. Coughlin 1-on-4. Coughlin to Santini to Gene, score it. And Bullets, nice ball movement. The Bullets, 5 points better than the Sixers, 50-45. Coughlin, high man of the Sixers, 14 points. Provatola et al. Scores with 17 points. The Bullets improve to 5-4. The Sixers drop to 2-7. First game Sunday, Bullets and the Hawks. The Hawks got the Bullets 47-39. Jerome Dean, high man for the Bullets, 13 points. Scott Jules et al. Scores with 18 points as the Hawks improve to 3-7. Next game, Pistons, Lakers, 59-50. Zoo led the Lakers with 15 points. Ricky Douglas et al. Scores with 22 points as the Pistons remain perfect. Final game, Sonics, Celtics, 2-point better out of the Sonics, 50-48. Kaneen, high man for the Celtics, 15 points. Mike O'Brien led all scores with 20 points. The Sonics improve to 6-4. And now it's time for our weekly Around the Rim Awards. So let's get it! Player of the Week, Mike O'Brien, representing the Sonics, doing work. Coach of the Week, Anthony Guerrero of the Pistons. Anthony Guerrero captained the ship Saturday against the Kings. Paul Conrad was nowhere in the house. This reporter found out that Paul Conrad, and this is a true story, I can't make this up, got a migraine on the way to the school, had to pull over to the side, had to have kinfolks come get him.
Nestor, I heard that.
You heard right. I'm telling you, Anthony Guerrero came home with the W. Coach of the week. Team of the week, you have to stay with the Pistons. Those boys are still portrait of a perfect season. They're still 10-0. They're unblemished. And Woo of the week? Woo of the week goes to Young Wah of the Celtics. Young Wah has been on this team the entire season. Young Wah, coming into this weekend, was averaging less than 2 points. Young Wah, I forgot he was on the team. Given his chance to play this weekend, because the Celtics, bless their souls, they only had 6, Young Wah was getting his swerve on, double digits both days. So Young Wah stepping up, capitalizing on your opportunities. This woo is for you. Woo! And now on to the stats. Remember, if it doesn't look like this, if it doesn't match it, it just tain't official. The Pistons on top of the heap right now, 10-0, followed by the Lakers and the Sonics. Both the Lakers and the Sonics are 6-4, but the Lakers got all tiebreakers as they swept the Sonics. Bullets still 500 ball, 5-5. The Kings used to be the second hottest team in the land, slipped one, but you can't be hating on that. You can't be disappointed on that. They did lose to a team that has never lost this season, 4-5, followed by the Celtics. The Hawks climbed out of the basement, and the defending neighborhood league champs, the Sixers, are in butt naked last. Dirty Dozen, go Ref Go. This is your favorite category.
Yes, I love it.
And let me tell you, go Ref Go, Kaneen of the Celtics, 9 fouls this past weekend, leaps. As
Well, what about the Kings' 4 technicals?
that's a different list. That's a hothead list.
Yeah, I know, but I like them both.
This is the Dirty Dozen. Kaneen representing the Celtics on top of the heap, 37 fouls, followed by Big Billy Hurley of the Lakers, Samano Bullets, Kyle White back on the list in a big way, rounding up the 4 slot for the Hawks, Kaba, Washington, Jackson, Console, Provatola, Dean, Lodemus, and Gene. Next week's games, first game Saturday, the Sixers going up against the Lakers. The second game, the Celtics going up against the Kings. In the third game, Pistons, Sonics, and in that third game, the Pistons are still unblemished. Sunday's game, first game, Bullets, Kings. Second game, Sixers, Pistons. Third game, Lakers, Hawks. And in that first game, go Ref Go, they are fighting for the madness. February, Black History Month. We'll take some time to do your Black History moment, dropping some knowledge. And this week's Black History moment, Andrew Jackson Beard, 1849, 1921. Andrew invented the Jenny coupler, which allowed train cars to hook themselves together when they are bumped into one another. This device is still used today. That's your Black History moment, dropping the knowledge. Around the Rim, when you can watch it, every week, live, 7:30 p.m. on your public channel. If you have Comcast, it's channel 3. If you have Verizon, it's channel 28. It repeats every Friday night, 10 p.m., and it replays the following Saturday, 2 p.m., and replays every Sunday evening, 7 p.m. When to watch them, the games that is, on the educational channel. If you have Comcast, it's channel 15. If you have Verizon, it's channel 24. Each Monday through 3 o'clock, the Gotwee, the game of the week, is every Friday night, 7 p.m., and that game of the week repeats all weekend, 7 p.m., and the game of the week for this past week, Kings versus Lakers, played February 7th of this season, obviously. Where to read them? Each Friday in the Marlin Evening News. And if you're too cheap to spend the 50 cents, that's right, Beanie, I did say 50 cents. You can read about it You can go to the official website of the league, the MNBL19.tripod.com, or you can go to the official online home of this show Around the Rim, atrlive.com. We had a couple more splash screens up there. We had some fundraisers. Got to get these fundraisers, yes. Texas Hold'em, Thursday, February 26th. That's going to be at the Silver Fox, which is 2031 Revere Beach Parkway in Everett. The doors open at 6. The big game begins at 8. Beany, I know you're not going to be able to be there because you will be at practice. Save the date. I said this last week. I'm going to say it this week, and I will say it next week. Saturday, April 4th, 2009, Joe DeVito, comedic hypnotist, Malden High School Jenkins Auditorium. You guys come on down, and, you know, the doors open at 7 o'clock. The show begins at 8. For ticket information, call the phone number 781-324-4420 or email Kemazonson, esq@aol.com. Well, Waldo, how much time is there in the show? There's 1 minute. I'm just going to have to wrap this up. So, Beany, I just want to thank you for becoming a guest on Around the Rim. The pleasure was certainly mine. I'm glad that you were able to come up here, and please don't wait another 17 years to do that. Well, thank you, Nestor. I make no promises of ever being up here again. Remember, I told you, first time, last time. Until next time, I just want to say, buenas noches, hooches cooches. I came in peace. I leave with love. This is for the red, the black, and the green, and I'll be seeing you at the games.